In previous video, we have seen how to copy one file from one blob to another blob. In this video, we will see how to copy all of the file from one blob to another blob. So for this session, I have already created one of the blob, this SKP blob storage account, and within the container, I have two folder here, sync and source. So sync is currently blank, and for source is having this 10 file. In previous video I have demonstrated how to copy one file and through the pipeline, but in this video we'll see how to copy this all file at the same time. So this is the blob where we have kept this all 10 file, and we need to move this all 10 file from source container to sync container here. So currently this is blank, so we will move all these 10 files from source to sync through our ADF pipeline. So again I will go to this and we'll keep it open in the next tab, and here you can see I have already created ADF. So I will open this ADF as well. I will open in the new tab. So in one tab I have opened my blob storage, and in one tab I have opened my ADF. So as you know that to start ADF we need to launch this studio first. So I will click here. Okay, now this ADF pipeline is visible here. So we'll click on this author menu, and as I have shown you that to create new pipeline, either we need to click on this three dot or click on this new pipeline, or we can click here plus sign, pipeline and pipeline. Either way you can create it. So I'm just going to click it here. Currently this name is showing pipeline 1, so I'm going to change its name like PL blob 2 blob multiple file. So this is my pipeline name. To hide this window, I will click here and this will hide it. To unhide it again, you can click one more time. So this is, I'm going to hide it. Now you can see this pipeline name is like PL blob to blob multiple file, and now again I'm going to collapse this window, so this will hide for timing. For this activity we will use copy activity here. So I will just drag and drop here copy activity, and again I will just collapse this window as well. Now we have this pipeline, and activity we are using is a copy. So if you want, you can change this name like copy data blob to blob multiple file. So you can see this name is reflecting here, and then I will click here. I will go to source. Source is the location where file is gonna to be picked. So we need to create the data set first for the source. So I will click firstly I will check if it is created or not. So if it is not created, so in that case we will create a new data set, and data set, our currently data is residing under blob. So we will search here blob, blob blob. So we can see blob is appearing now. So I will click on blob, continue, and our file format is in tab delimited. If you will see here in the blob container source, so our file is text delimited, txt file and tab delimited file. So I will go to pipeline. I will select this delimiter, continue, and I will put data set name like ds source txt. For link services, we need to select if it is already created. If not, then we need to create a new one, and link services we are keeping in name like ls underscore source underscore txt. I'm just putting a simple name. Auto resolver integration runtime we will use because we are copying data from cloud only. If we are going to copy data from on-prem, then we will use self-hosted, but we are copying from blob that is on cloud, so we are going to use the default one. For the Azure cloud, we have this subscription free one, so I'm just going to select free. And storage account name, this is asking the blob name, so my blob name is like SKP storage account, blob storage account. Once it is being selected, I will click on the test connection. So test connection successful. I will click on create. So this link services is going to connect with my blob, that is a SKP blob storage account. So our file is being placed under the source folder in the container, source container here. So once we will click on this browse icon, this one, we can see this is the source. So we have to select all the file from here. So click on here. If I will select any file here, this will copy only one file. But as I mentioned in the beginning of this session, so we are going to copy all of this file. So we will not select any specific file. So we will just select source folder and that's click OK. I'm not selecting any of the file here. Okay. So you can see only source file, container name is showing here. I have not selected any file, so file name is blank here. Then I will click on the OK. So my source detail has been updated here. But along with that, we have to update one more thing like wildcard. Wildcard is the things that is going to help us to copy all of the file from this source location. So if you are familiar with the SQL, you know that star is being used to populate all the data. Similar way, if you are going to use star here, this will copy all of the file within this container or sub container. So I want to copy all of the file without checking what is the extension of file and what type of file is there. Everything is copied here will copy from source. So star will copy all of this file from the source location. So this is selected under the wildcard path. So once you are going to select this, then we will update the sync detail. Sync detail is like where we want to copy this all file from source. So as I have shown you here that we are going to copy from source and we are going to paste it in the sync. So sync currently is blank, so I'm going to put some detail in the sync like this. So similar, we have created data set in the source, we will create another data set for sync. So this I will create a new one. My data is under blob, so I will select blob, continue. Again, file format is tab delimited or text. So in this continue, I will put name like dataset sync underscore txt, and link services I can use this one because this is also targeting the same blob. But if you have a different blob, you can create a different blob, different link services. Sorry. So in this case, in this session, I'm going from scratch and I don't want you to confuse. So I will create a separate link services. But if you have familiar with how to use these link services, then you can use these link services as well. But as this is a tutorial, so I want to create a new one, and this will point the same location as the source. So ls sync txt. This is the integration runtime, which I'm going to put the default one, auto resolver integration runtime. because we are copying data to cloud. So subscription, I'm going to select the free one, free trial, and account name is like the same one, SKP. Blob is storage account. So if you recall, the same information we had entered for the ls sync ext, right? So that's why I mentioned earlier we can use the same, but as this is the tutorial, so I want to make you clear what is the difference. So just to you are not going to confuse, I'm going to create this separate link services. Clicking on the text connection will show you if connection is successful. Yes, connection is successful now. Click on the create. Okay, so you can see this is connected to the your storage account, that is Blob. Now again I will click on this folder browser. In the source we had selected this source folder, but now in sync we will select this sync folder. And just want to let you know, this sync and source we have created, this is not something automatic created, we had created earlier. If you want to see how to create this, you can watch my previous video where I have shown you how to create Blob. For timing, we are going to set this for link services for the sync. So I'm going to select sync, and that's it. Click on the OK, and again OK. You can see here file path sync folder is being here, and I am not selecting any file folder name, file name here, because I want to copy all of the file from source to the sync. Click on this OK. Okay, so my source details, sync detail is being updated. Now nothing is required. I will just publish it. Publishing is going to save this all changes. Okay, now it is being saved already. So now I will run it on the, okay, now it got saved actually. So now I will click on debug. So this will show you either success or fail. So currently it is in progress. Success. So we'll go to our Blob sync. Currently this is showing blank, so I will just refresh it. Now you can see all of the file from source is being copied to sync. Go back, check again. This is the similar all file 10 file, and this is now similar copied in sync. So in this video you have seen how to copy multiple or all of the file from source to destination using wildcard. Well, thanks.